This is not good. This does not spell great news, but I don't think this is the end of the world. Sophie Cunningham opens up on her podcast, and I love me some Sophie Cunningham's podcast because she always gonna give you something to talk about when she does a show on her podcast. So shout out to the show. Sophie Cunningham is letting it be known she wants to buy a home in the next team she plays for. But to do that, she's going to need a bigger contract. And that might not suffice in Indiana.
Sophie Cunningham has just shocked the entire WNBA world. In a brand new interview, the fiery sharpshooter revealed she might be ready to leave Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just one season after joining the most talked about team in women's basketball. Fans can't believe what they're hearing. Sophie's comments have sparked a storm of speculation, anger, and heartbreak across the league. So what exactly did she say? Why would Sophie Cunningham, one of Caitlin's biggest defenders, even consider leaving the Fever? And what does this mean for the 2026 WNBA season that's already hanging by a thread? Stay tuned, because this story is insane. Sophie Cunningham's journey with the Indiana Fever was supposed to be a fresh start. After years with the Phoenix Mercury, where she built a reputation as one of the toughest and most outspoken players in the league, she joined the Fever to bring leadership, toughness, and that fiery edge the team desperately needed. And she didn't just join any team, she joined Caitlin Clark's team. The rookie sensation had just taken the WNBA by storm. The arenas were packed, TV ratings skyrocketed, and the Fever, once struggling to stay relevant, suddenly became the heartbeat of the league. Cunningham's arrival felt like destiny. She embraced Caitlin's rise, defended her against jealous players, and became a symbol of the new era of the WNBA. But this week, everything changed. During an off-season interview, Sophie Cunningham said something that sent the entire fanbase into meltdown. When asked about her future with the Fever and the 2026 season, Sophie replied, and I quote, "Look, I love Caitlin. She's one of the best teammates I've ever had. But at this point in my career, I've got to think about what's best for me. I'm open to exploring options if it helps me grow as a player and a person." That one line, "I'm open to exploring options," exploded across social media. Fans flooded X, Reddit, and Instagram with one question: is Sophie Cunningham leaving Caitlin Clark and the Fever? For fans who watched Sophie all season long, this news felt like betrayal. Remember, Sophie was one of the only veterans who publicly defended Caitlin Clark when the rest of the WNBA turned on her. She called out the jealous energy from players like Angel Reese and Aya Wilson. She went on record saying, "The hate toward Caitlin is unreal. She's doing more for this league than half the players who criticize her." That quote earned Sophie both love and hate. Love from Fever fans and Caitlin supporters, but serious backlash from the WNBA's inner circle. Players from other teams whispered that Sophie was choosing sides. Some called her a Caitlin loyalist. And now, her sudden openness to leaving has everyone wondering, was the pressure too much? Did Sophie finally get tired of being in the crossfire between Caitlin Clark's fame and the WNBA's drama? Or did something happen inside the Fever locker room that we don't know about yet? Let's be real, the Indiana Fever locker room hasn't been the calmest place this year. Behind the cameras and cheering crowds, insiders have said for months that tension was building. Some veterans reportedly struggled with Caitlin's fame. Others wanted more touches, more respect, more spotlight. And even though Sophie Cunningham was one of Caitlin's biggest allies, sources say she sometimes felt stuck between being the team leader and being Caitlin's bodyguard. One insider told a sports podcast, "Sophie took on too much. She was defending Caitlin, protecting the rookies, clashing with refs, and keeping the team focused, all while trying to play her game. That kind of pressure breaks people down." And it might explain why Sophie now sounds exhausted. In her own words, she said, "I gave everything to this team this season. But mentally, you need space. I want to be somewhere that values what I bring, toughness, energy, leadership, not just as someone attached to another player." That line, "not just as someone attached to another player," hit fans hard. Is Sophie hinting that she's being overshadowed by Caitlin Clark's fame? Or that the Fever organization sees her as a supporting act, not a star in her own right? The internet's reaction was immediate and emotional. One Fever fan wrote on X, "If Sophie leaves, this team loses its soul. She brought the fight, the fire, the passion. Caitlin needs her." Another said, "I get it. The WNBA doesn't treat veterans right. Sophie deserves to be valued." But not everyone was sympathetic. Critics called her ungrateful and a drama magnet. One viral post read, "Sophie's always talking. First she defends Caitlin, now she's talking about leaving. Pick a lane." The debate split the fanbase in two, the hashtag #StaySophie camp and the hashtag #GoodRiddance camp. But even through the noise, one truth remains. Sophie Cunningham is one of the most authentic, passionate players in the WNBA. She speaks her mind, even when it costs her. And that's exactly what makes her so unpredictable and so important to the league. So, where could Sophie Cunningham go? That's the million-dollar question. The 2026 WNBA season might look very different, especially with rumors of a player strike and CBA disputes hanging over the league. But if free agency opens the way many expect, several teams could come calling. The Las Vegas Aces, known for their swagger and star power, might see Sophie as the perfect fiery role player alongside Aya Wilson. The Dallas Wings have also been mentioned, a younger team that thrives on energy and toughness. And then there's talk of a possible return to Phoenix, where Sophie first made her name. When asked about returning to her old team, Sophie said, "Phoenix will always have a piece of my heart. That city made me who I am. Never say never." That's all fans needed to start the rumor mill. Could Sophie be ready for a full-circle comeback? Or is she simply testing her leverage, seeing how much the Fever value her before signing any extension? Sophie Cunningham's comments aren't just about one player, they reveal a deeper issue within the WNBA. The league is at a crossroads. On one side, you have stars like Caitlin Clark bringing in record viewership, sponsorships, and fans. On the other, you have veterans feeling overshadowed, underpaid, and underappreciated. Sophie's honesty exposes that tension perfectly. There's so much talent in this league, but sometimes it feels like only a few names get pushed. "I love what Caitlin's doing, but there's room for everyone." That's not jealousy, that's truth. Many players quietly feel the same way, but they're afraid to say it out loud. Sophie, as usual, isn't afraid of the backlash. She's become the voice of the in-between, the bridge between old-school WNBA toughness and the new generation of social media superstars. So what's next for Sophie Cunningham? Right now, she's in control. She's not officially requesting a trade, but her message is clear. She wants respect, opportunity, and a voice. The ball is in Indiana's court. Will they extend her contract and show that loyalty goes both ways? Or will they risk losing one of their most valuable locker room leaders? As Sophie herself said, "I've got love for Indiana, love for the fans, and love for Caitlin. But sometimes, love isn't enough. You've got to go where you're valued." That statement sums up everything. She's not quitting. She's not angry. She's just being real, and that's what makes this story so powerful. At the end of the day, Sophie Cunningham's honesty might sting, but it's a reminder of what makes sports great. The raw emotion, the loyalty, the constant balance between passion and career. Whether she stays with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, or moves on to a new chapter in 2026, one thing is for sure. Sophie will always bring the fire. And the WNBA will always be a little more electric when she's on the court. Because love her or hate her, Sophie Cunningham speaks the truth. And that's what keeps fans watching. What do you think, basketball fans? Should Sophie Cunningham stay with the Indiana Fever, or should she test the market and start fresh? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you think Caitlin and Sophie make the best duo in the league, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking WNBA updates, right here on the channel. Because if this offseason is any clue, the 2026 season is about to get crazy. This is Basketball Dynasty, and we will see you in next video.